One. Hey, this is James from Endurance Woodcraft. Today I need to replace the belt on a planer, Ryobi AP-10, that I smoked pretty badly. And how exactly did that happen? Well, I was planing some discs that I cut from an ash tree that fell behind my house. And, well, it turns out these little pieces of bark will fall off the outside, and if they get jammed in the wrong spot on the planer, they can rub up against the belt, and it won't last long. I think it was probably 15 seconds from the time I first smelled rubber to the time the head stopped spinning. So be cautious of that if that's something you're undertaking and not just doing typical boards. So we're going to be replacing this. So what kind of tools are we going to need for this? You need a Phillips head screwdriver. I'm also going to be using a cordless drill with a Phillips bit in there. You're going to need, it's Ryobi, made in Japan, but a Allen wrench. I'm going to use these T heads, 5mm, or if you don't have a metric set, 3/16 will get the job done as well. And of course you're also going to need a replacement belt. I bought two just to be safe because I didn't want to pay for shipping twice. So let's get to it. So to get started, here is the planer, 10-inch Ryobi. As you can see, it is an AP-10. I believe these are no longer manufactured, discontinued product, but still works quite well as a planer when it has all its functioning parts. So, to get started, we're going to start. There's 4 screws here, Phillips head screws, on this side we need to remove, and similarly 4 on the top over on this side. So we're going to start taking those off. I need to knock them loose, break them loose with the screwdriver, and then just go after them with the cordless drill. That's what I'm going to do. Make sure you keep your hardware. Very important. So then the drive mechanism, here's our handle, lives on the opposite side. So what do we have to deal with next? There are 2, well, let's remove the top here. Two screws with socket heads. If you don't have perhaps a 10mm, or excuse me, a 5mm or 3/16 Allen wrench, hex key, you could maybe just grab the outside of these with a set of pliers, but hex key is going to make it way easier. So, onto the hex key. Go with the 5mm. Great. Next we've got 4 hex keys. You can see I've already loosened them. But yeah, one here, one here, one over here, and the last one's over here. So I've already loosened these. For this purpose you probably want to crank this all the way up so that you have as much room to work in there as possible. But go ahead and take these out. Allen wrench would probably be easier than a full-on T-handle for these, just because it's a little bit tighter probably a little bit easier to work in there. Two at a time here. Okay, one left. All right. A little wiggle, a little waggle. Side comes off quite easily. Not a lot of effort there. That might get edited. Boy, oh boy. Okay. Now we're ready to rotate, spin this around, and hey, that's where our pulley lives. After we spin this around, we can see, hey, here's where the pulley lives. Used to live. Here's where the new one's going to go. There's this guard cap over the pulley. Has two Phillips head screws on the top. I'm going to take those off. Alright, keep that whole guard and everything together. Now we're ready to fish this thing in. So the hard part's getting it past the spring here. You gotta turn it a bit sideways, get it flat to get it through. Okay. And just kind of get one edge on and begin working it across. Well, it's probably easier to do it the other way. Get the small end on. Get it on the small pulley first. Yeah, this part I have not done before, so we are learning together. You could go so far as to take this bottom mechanism off, but I'm really trying to avoid that. Alright, we're on. Keep spinning it and kind of pushing it. Oh, we lost that edge, didn't we? Son of a gun. Let me give you a better view here. Oh, thought that was progress. There we go. Got it. Now we're on. We gotta keep working it around, keep working it further and further on. Doesn't come supernaturally. It doesn't want to do that all on its own. I push the leading edge as it's going onto one pulley. Good thing to wear gloves, so it'll grab that rather than your skin. Hey, and like that, we got it on. All the grooves on all the way. Fully engaged there on the pulley. So, there we go. Wasn't too bad. Now, it's time to put everything back together in the opposite order we took it apart. So, let's get this done. Get back to planing. I guess I need to do some debarking before I actually get back to planing, but that's my problem, not yours. Lines up just ducky. Go with these top two first. Just get them in. We've got these bottom four to do. Two and two. Back lines first. See if I can get double fisting of sorts going. Whole different application of the term. Right. See if the left hand here might be easier. Number four here. It's getting there. Alright, traction. Alright. That's pretty good. Now, cinch everything down. Alright, got all four of those nice and tight. Do these top two with the T-handle. Alright. Now, put the top back on. Thankfully, it appears to be fully symmetric, so no right or left, front or back. Keep track of that hardware. I like a low torque setting when I'm using Phillips bits, just because I hate them camming out and then stripping the heads. So, my Bosch cordless goes up to 18 as far as torque settings, and I have it on 12, so about 2/3 of max, which lets me bury these screws without drive them all the way in without it feeling like it's going to start stripping. Alright, there we have it. So after a couple minutes with a chisel, got this piece of ash debarked, the slice, so let's send it through, see how the planer does. Muffs. So, here we go. I got this thing playing nice and pretty good. There's clearly some snipe, but for my purposes, I'm going to sand that out anyway. It was so just need to get kind of two flat sides. So, for my purposes, this worked great. And obviously, for a piece this short, snipe is going to be a lot more common than for dimensional lumber or even rough lumber that you're running through here. So, yeah, as far as the drive belt replacement, huge success. I'm very pleased. Thanks for watching, and feel free to check me out at endurancewoodcraft.com.